There she is. I'll stay here and watch out.
Well, I thought you
Just do it. How's it going?
All right.
Are you still going in the contest?
Yeah, why?
Oh, nothing. We're just worried about you, that's all.
What for?
Oh, well, we reckon you ain't got a chance of winning. Who doesn't want you to make a fool of yourself?
Just get on with it, Lurch. We haven't got all day.
What is this?
Look, why don't you just pull out of it? Make it easier on all of us, yeah?
Get nicked, why should I?
Because if you don't, you'll be singing with busted ribs. Get it?
Right got the both of you. I'm not going to be pushed around.
You ain't listening, sweetheart. I'm not asking, I'm telling. Now, what was that you were saying about the contest?
I'm dropping out of it.
I thought you'd see it my way.
You'll love Roddy. We can stay with him and his boyfriend until we find a place of our own.
Now, let me get this straight. You've already told them you'll take the job, right?
Yeah, as good as. Oh, Ben, I can tell you're not sure about it, but it's only for 3 months. It'd be lovely to have a wedding in London. I've got so many people I want you to meet.
No, I just can't up and leave my practice for 3 months. You know that.
And you wouldn't buy it. Okay, here's plan B. We get married just quickly in a registry office, then we go to London. You stay for a month, you know, for a holiday, and then come back. And while I'm finishing my job, you look for a house for us. I mean, Ben, I love your flat, but I really would love a garden.
You're putting me on. Trying me out.
Of course I'm not.
Look, I've got a lot of preparations to make for this afternoon sitting. Now, make up your mind, either the wedding or the job. As far as I'm concerned, you can't have both.
Ben, you're being totally unreasonable.
No one's to blame.
Not you, not your mum. It's just bad luck, love.
Look, I still feel real bad, but we nearly got away with it.
Any news from your Mr. Fulbright yet?
Oh, Rena didn't say nothing. I didn't ask.
Look, I want to thank you for trying to help me. Well, all of you.
Not that it did.
No. We could get to the press. Your chances would be much better.
Chances of what?
Getting out.
Take my case, for instance. I probably would have been released by now if been properly publicised or believed.
Talking about her amnesia.
People with memory loss have a good case for early release, if you can prove it's genuine.
Oh, maybe that's what Mrs. Reynolds was talking about. Didn't know what she meant.
You know, you really didn't know about it.
No? Well, I don't want it anyway. I don't want to be released.
But you must, love.
Well, there's nothing out there for me. Nothing at all. I'm better off in here. Aren't I?
And so I've decided I'm not going to sing Meaning tonight after all. It'd be wrong, terribly, terribly wrong.
Well, I'm glad we've agreed on that, dear.
I'm sure you made the right decision, Willie.
Of course I have. Mimi's such a sad little thing, and tonight I want to make everyone happy. So I've decided I'm going to sing the laughing song instead.
I bet I know who does the laughing.
Oh, it's typical of you, May Collins. Knock, knock, knock. The laughing song's one of the most famous arias ever written. What a gorgeous situation.
What the hell's going on? Is she all right?
She's singing.
I thought she was joking.
Oh, why do I bother? This place is a cultural desert.
It's going to be a good night, Auntie Matt. I thought she was doing an impersonation of Chucky.
Don't look now, but I think something funny's going on.
What do you mean?
Lurch. I don't know if it's my imagination, but do you think she could be running a book?
On the contest? Well, if she is, there could be trouble.
That's what worries me.
Mrs. Morris, when will the contestants get their clothes?
Yes, Mrs. Emma.
The clothes will be distributed immediately after work, in here.
Will give us much time to get ready?
Well, it's the best we can do, I'm afraid. Flynn, you have a visitor.
Yes, Mrs. Morris.
Gee, that'll hardly give us enough time to get the moss out of them, eh?
Oh, all let out the odd seam or two, eh?
If that remark was meant for me, May Collins.
If the cap fits, Willie, dear.
What are you collecting for, Lurch?
None of your business.
Yeah? Well, I'm making it my business.
You got a big imagination, Patsy.
Bull. I saw you take a couple of crinklies from Mary, and I want to know what's going on.
Get lost.
I reckon Auntie May'd like to know, and
Shut up. See you outside.
Good thinking, Auntie Nine. All right, what's the go?
Keep it quiet, but I'm running a book on the beauty contest.
Thought so. You and your blonde friend at it again, huh?
No, Lou's got nothing to do with it. I'm doing it on my own. Hey, you want to be in it?
Maybe, if the odds are okay. What you give me on Julie?
Egbert, you've got to be kidding. 15s?
20s.
Fair enough.
All right, I'll have $5.
$5? Forget it.
You run the book or what?
$5 is over my limit. I can't afford to lose it.
Oh, come off it. Where's the risk? I mean, everyone knows she isn't going to win.
Well, what do you want to put $5 on her for anyway?
Jeez, Luch, don't you understand anything? She knows she hasn't got a chance and she's feeling real lousy.
Well, I still don't get it.
Look, if I tell her I bet $5 on it, don't you think it'll make her feel better?
Well, you can't tell her.
Why?
Because she's on the council. And if the council find out, I'm dead.
Oh, relax, will you? I won't mention any names. And I won't tell her till the last minute.
Well, OK. Reckon I've got nothing to lose, eh?
Yeah, and you're $5 richer.
You're on.
I thought so.
What's going on?
Ask your mate.
Well,
Business? What else? Hey, wait till I tell you about the bet I just...
later.
Mrs. Davis? This is Nora Flynn. Nora, Mrs. Davis. Well, you've got about half an hour.
Thank you, Mrs. Morris.
It's very kind of you to come, Mrs. Davis.
It's nice to meet you, my dear.
Would you like to walk for a bit?
Thank you. I thought...
Sorry.
That's all right. Mrs. Morris asked me if I'd come and see you. I knew your mother so well, you see.
I understand. Must be pretty scary for you to come to a place like this. I'm very grateful. Did my mother have a long illness?
Yes. She was sick for a long time. But she was very brave. Oh, she'd look at me and say, "Don't say that, Molly. I'm not brave. I'm the biggest coward that ever drew breath."
I often imagine what she looked like. You don't have a photograph of her, do you?
No, my dear, I'm sorry, I don't. She didn't plan to remain in Australia, and most of her things have been packed off overseas.
I see.
But she was small. Smaller than you. She must have been very pretty. She talked about you a lot, but felt she didn't have the right to see you, even though she wanted to very much. Sorry, dear. Terrible habit of mine, so distracting. I've had this scar for years, but it still itches when I get nervous. It was just an accident with a carving knife. Silly. I was carving
a turkey. It was Christmas and you were carving a turkey. And you were laughing and happy. But there was an old man next to you and he said nasty things and you weren't happy anymore. And then the knife slipped and you were all bleeding and it was awful. I'll never forget it as long as I live. You're my mother.
Apologies for keeping you waiting, Mrs. Reynolds.
Not at all. I appreciate your seeing me so promptly.
Well, I was so surprised to learn that you had worries about Rebecca Keane. I was very satisfied with her progress when she was discharged.
And I'm equally surprised to hear you say that.
Why? Has she regressed?
No, she's exactly as you sent her to us. In fact, that's why I wanted to see you.
Oh.
I understand from Rebecca that at no time did she give you permission to use ECT, is that right?
Yes.
Is that permitted? Are you authorized to administer ECT without a patient's